Welcome, low ego action heroes. This is Debbie Levitt from DeltaCX.com. We're a full service CX and UX agency, and this is our short Friday stream of Deb reacts to stuff that you've been sending me. How can you send me stuff? Right here, deltacx.link/reaction, and I'll save it for the Friday streams. Now, some of you may have been wondering, hey, let's look at more boot camp curricula and online course curricula and university curricula. Send those in, but I'm not going to do them on the Friday reaction streams. I am going to do a giant stream with all of the boot camp curricula, all of the university curricula, all of the online course, everything you send me that relates to that, we're going to do on Monday, May 10th. So mark your calendars for that, set an alarm, wake the cat, and I will react to everything in that stream because originally I had intended the Friday streams to be a little bit more 15 minutes, weird LinkedIn social media posts, Medium articles, things like that. I didn't expect them to be bootcamp curricula every time. So now that it looks like there's a huge demand for react and comment on bootcamp curricula, I'm just going to make that its own episode. So please send those in. Any schools, courses, classes, clubs, mentoring things, whatever you want to send in, we'll get them all in on May 10th. So we're going to react today to some things you have previously sent me that mostly come from LinkedIn. And I see some of you are live in the chat room. And so please join in as I'm reacting. I want to know what you think as well to these things. So please share your reactions. And as usual, we will rate them 1 to 5 dogs. So let me flip over to my other screen. Give me a moment to get everything set up. And now you should be seeing my screen with me on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So this was sent to me a while ago. Maybe a few days ago, actually. If this is only 1 week old, then I probably got this in the last week. So this is someone I'm not connected to and don't really know much about, so I can't comment on this person personally, but let's take a look at what they're saying and let's see what our reaction to it is. This person says, tip for UX juniors. Senior designers aren't kings. They're people who got into the industry earlier than you. They aren't better than you, even if they're the vice president of something. Get out of the habit of putting people on pedestals. When you put people on a pedestal, they have only one direction to view you, down. So I think I know what this person is shooting for here, though I can't completely speak for this person. I would say the first thing this person is probably shooting for is likes, and probably mostly likes from juniors. Who are going to be like, yeah, seniors aren't kings, they're not gods, and we see a lot of movement in that direction right now. But I also noticed that seniors are usually the people that juniors want to learn from. So I'm not too sure why we keep having this push-pull between seniors, don't look up to seniors. I mean, essentially, that's what I hear when I read this. So I don't know what you hear. Tell me what you hear. I'm sure we all hear different things. But I hear, don't look up to seniors. Don't look up to vice presidents because then they'll look down on you. I happen to think that's extremely unfair. I think that if someone has more experience or has a higher title, they might not necessarily look down on you. I have 26 years of experience, and I hope none of you feel looked down on or to by me. That's not the vibe I want to create. That's not the relationship I want to create. So I think that if people are looking down on you or at you and are treating you badly, that's person by person. And I think we have to stop dropping people into buckets. All seniors, all vice presidents. I just think that this is unfair, and this doesn't really pass my meaningful, actionable, helpful test. If it doesn't pass my meaningful, actionable, helpful test, I usually think it's clickbait. So what in this post is actionable? What can you go and do after reading this? Not admire seniors so much? Not turn to seniors for help? Not look up to them? Not listen to them or get mentoring from them? I mean, is this person telling you to not want seniors as mentors because you shouldn't look up to them? It's really hard to know what this person's point or message is. And that's why I recommend to people that whenever you're posting to LinkedIn or social media, make sure you have some sort of call to action or something that's meaningful, actionable, or helpful. What can people now go and do? Because I really don't think while I know everybody's going to click like on this because they found something in this that they liked, I think that this can be a dangerous message to send out. Would it make sense? So this person claims they are a UX designer career coach. Would it make sense for me to post, career coaches aren't kings? Career coaches are just people who got into an industry earlier than you and then got out of it because they didn't want to work in it. They wanted to coach people in it. That career coaches aren't better than you. Get out of the habit of putting career coaches on pedestals. If you put a career coach on a pedestal, they have only one direction to view you: down. Would she press like on that? She might not like that. So I think we have to be careful of what we say and how we say it. Words matter, and make sure they are meaningful, actionable, and helpful words. So I think that because this can cause more cacophony among people rather than harmony, this doesn't bring people together. This doesn't tell people how to work better with seniors. This doesn't tell seniors how to work better with juniors. It doesn't tell juniors how to work better with seniors. I feel like this is more of that stuff that just adds to the negativity and civil war between us. I will give it 1 dog out of 5. I'm having a hard time finding something I can agree with here, even though she got hundreds of likes, and congratulations to her. This is not something that I think is a positive and actionable thing to say. Maybe other things this person says are better. Maybe this was a bad day, but who knows? She might feel like, yeah, that got a lot of good reactions. I'll say more stuff like this. And I think that would be unfortunate, because I think we should find ways to bring people together and show seniors how they can help juniors, and show juniors why they should turn to and look up to seniors. Solomon says probably people's insecurities speaking. I don't know. I can't tell. But this is why y'all send this stuff to me. So let's look at the next one. This one says, growth design, what the heck is it? Good question, because it seems a bit made up. This is about 6 weeks old, and it seems to be some sort of blog post on a blog I'm not familiar with. And this person, who I don't know, they're just the ambitious designer. So I don't see a human face here. Where, remember, the first thing I do and the first thing you should do is go to LinkedIn and see, who is this person? Are they experienced in CX or UX? Or are they a visual designer or a creative director? So it's hard for us to look this person up and see if we feel like there's someone we might want to listen to. So hard to know. But this person says, since most new designers tend to work for startups who value growth over profit, then let's create growth design. So it sounds like, and again, this is just my interpretation and I could have this wrong. It sounds like this person believes that because startups care more about growth, or mostly about growth, and that can be true. You always hear in startup world traction and adoption and eventually retention, that there should be some sort of growth design. So what is growth design? I haven't heard of this before. So according to this person, it's a subfield that is responsible for creating the optimal sustainable experience that nets long-term engaged users. So far, that doesn't sound like a subfield. It doesn't sound like something to me that needs its own name. We've got 6 of you live in YouTube. Let me know what you think as you're watching this. So far, this doesn't seem like anything new or different to me. Part of my job, and I'm not a growth designer, is to make sure that users get what they need. We can call that engagement. We can call that task completion or things like that. So I'm not seeing anything amazing here. Oh, Solomon's on the last one. Everyone, regardless of seniority, has something valuable to offer, whether it's the wisdom that comes from going through the journey first or the creative possibilities inspired by new ways of thinking. I hope to get Solomon on the show someday. I just love everything Solomon writes. So back to mysterious growth design. Austin says, just another rehashed definition, it seems so far. This kind of design involves rapid data-driven iteration. So data-driven usually means do research, lots of experimentation, and understanding of organic and paid growth strategies. Okay, so it sounds like they're trying to combine marketing with something about UX. Organic growth includes word of mouth. No, you cannot track word of mouth through NPS. So I would say this person is just factually incorrect. NPS tracks an intention to engage in positive or negative or neutral word of mouth, but does not track if the word of mouth actually happened. Referrals and SEO. Paid channels are ads and marketing. A growth designer would benefit from a solid foundation in branding, visual design, interaction design, content writing, psychology, data research, gamification. Okay, so it sounds like this person envisions a job that combines everything about UX with everything about marketing and everything about writing and everything about psychology. But these are not hard requirements. Okay, so you've invented something new and you're not sure what it requires. And in reality, when I do my work, and again, I have 20 million years of experience, but I've had to dive into a bunch of these, not all of them, but I have to know at least a little bit about some of these things. I can't recommend something to a client that's going to kill their SEO. I've got to know enough about SEO to not murder your SEO, even if I'm not an SEO specialist. Here they are saying a distinction between growth design and product design is the breadth of work. Product designers are embedded on a specific team owning a particular service, but growth designers are looking at the experience holistically. So again, I don't think this is a thing. I'm always looking at the experience holistically. I would say that's what CX is all about, across product, services, and experiences. So this term may catch on for about 10 minutes, and it will probably catch on in marketing more than it will catch on in UX. I think marketers are more likely to want to move into UX or pseudo UX and design and say, oh, well, I learned a few things about UX, and so now I'm a growth designer. I don't really see CX specialists moving into this, but who knows? Maybe this person's idea will explode and there will be a whole other world of things. But again, I don't see this as very different from what we have to do now anyway, and it doesn't need a special name. All right, moving on. Who saw this one on LinkedIn? This one was a while ago. It says 1 month ago, but y'all sent it to me. And I disagreed with it. And I disagree with most of these. Of course, they're usually oversimplifications. So they're saying UX is user research, wireframing, persona, maybe just one, and usability testing, and it is somehow a skeleton or perhaps a dead human. And it says that UI is layout, visual designing, and branding, and a guy who's about to go swimming, and his head is a little small for his body. And his arches have fallen. I'm worried about this guy. He needs a little help. And I disagreed with this one for a lot of reasons, certainly the oversimplification, but I tend to disagree with the people, and I do see this more than this meme, that put layout in UI and not in UX. If this were the definition of UI 10 years ago, sure, layout. But now that we say UI is visual design and brand, it's not really the layout. The interaction designers in the UX world are doing the layouts, and the visual designers are giving it the branding. They're not changing the layouts. That wouldn't make sense. Solomon says the skeleton's left arm was pushed to the next sprint. Oh, that is really good. Really good. Thank you, Solomon. Solomon, you're hired. Yeah, so now Wilson wants you on the show too. We got to find a top. Maybe you can just do an office hours or comedy show with me. So I don't think we need to spend too much time on this one. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to give. Did I give growth design one dog? I'd like to give growth design one dog. I think what the person is talking, maybe I'll give it two dogs. I think what the person is talking about makes some sense in that we do have to, this is the growth design one, we do have to think about multiple things when we're doing our work. We have to think a little bit about marketing. We have to know a little bit about SEO. We have to know a little bit about this and that. But I don't think it's a whole new, excuse me, a whole new world. I've not been talking all day. Excuse me. I'm always fine until I go live. All right. Maybe I'm allergic to my pictures of dogs. Anyway, not a thing. UX versus UI, not a thing. One dog. This doesn't make sense. Next one. Okay, this was also from a month ago. And this is a user experience researcher who I am connected to, but I don't know, but she's got a friendly face. Says, you scanned your items, you're ready to pay. Which button do you think you should tap on? If you feel a bit of anxiety, you're not alone. I stared at the screen 30 seconds and questioned my skills. I work in UX. I guess this person was shopping and could not figure out what button to press when it was time to pay. And I have to say, I am totally with her on this. And I'm sorry, I don't know if she uses her, but I apologize. I'll say they. I'm totally with this person on this because it does not seem totally clear what to do now that you are looking to end your shopping or scanning process and check out. And why is there a hamburger menu? Like what do they think is going on here? So as for the quality of this interface, certainly it is a troubling interface that has some various UX problems, and I'm sure we can all do a lovely heuristic review of it. As for the quality of this person's post, it's a great post. This person is totally right. I can't disagree with the post, so 5 dogs. 5 dogs out of 5. I agree. This person's making a good point. Excuse me. Even the colors are distracting. Yeah, the colors are weird. They might be brand relevant. I see that sometimes companies go, well, our colors are eggplant and pale yellow, so make sure everything is eggplant and pale yellow. And then they don't realize if that looks good or passes color contrast or whatever. But certainly 5 dogs for our user researcher who posted this. This is a great post. I can't disagree with it. There's nothing garbagey here. They're making a good point. And there were lots of good comments under this one. So this was a lovely post. Hello, Tuba. You are new to me, I think. And finally, someone sent this one. Some of you have been to this site before. I'm not going to totally bother with it. I don't even need to rate it. This is a site that shows you how annoying bad UX and UI can possibly be. A lot of the buttons don't work. You can't figure out where to press to move to the next thing. When you get to the next thing, it covers everything with crazy pop-ups and distractions and a timer and a progress thing that's blinking and then all this. And meanwhile, you're supposed to be coming up with a password. So there isn't that much for me to say about this. I'm not even sure it requires dogs. It's a site that will make anybody who cares about what we do angry. But that's its point. If you look at it, they actually say, like, the whole point here is to make you frustrated and all of that. Shannon says, oh, it's fun. And Wilson says, oh, my eyes. So, yeah, if you'd like to see somebody kind of picking on bad interfaces, then that's a good site where you can hang out. This is UserinYourface, YERFACE.com. I need that. What's the link? Like Shannon says, I solved it in 15 minutes. So there you go. So it's userinyourface.com, just the way you see it on the screen here. So cutting back to me. Hello. All right, got it. So that's mostly it. I'm trying to keep the Friday reaction streams short, so we'll just react to 3, 4, 5 things. Keep sending them in over at, of course, deltacx.link/reaction. And especially if you have any boot camps, online courses, university courses, if you have anything like that that you want me to review, also send it in. It's not going to be part of the Friday reaction streams. It's going to get its own stream on May 10th. May 10th, we're going to look at every curriculum you can send me. So send them all. Famous boot camps, unknown boot camps, new boot camps, university degrees, online courses, mentoring programs, apprenticeship programs. Send them all. So that's it. It's a shorty for today. And make sure you join on Monday. Monday's stream should be absolutely hilarious. It's called What Isn't Design Thinking? And we're going to take a look at the many, many definitions of design thinking with guest genius and hilarious person Ben Smithwell. And we'll also be premiering the new stream theme song, which I received today. And the people in Slack have a preview of the theme song. So just imagine in the future, if anybody would like to donate to the channel through the tip jar or through the super chats or super stickers in YouTube, your donation is going either to me buying delicious cheese or to having paid for that theme song, whichever makes you feel better. It's all the same bucket. So don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, Delta CX. And that's mostly it. Short stream. That's my goal on Fridays. So I'm going to attempt to take most of the weekend off because then I have an 80-hour week next week. But I will see y'all. We got more to do together. And yeah, catch everybody soon. Please wear 12 masks this weekend. We are completely locked down. It's a mess. And hope everybody is safe and healthy, and I will catch you soon. Thanks.
Delta CX, available for CX and UX consulting, projects, and training. Contact us for a free consultation.